Oh, so this is the second part of how to make your avatar, and this is the creature we've been working on. So the first part we went through making the mesh, setting up the rig, and now what I'm gonna do is going to set up some clothing. And remember I mentioned that it was a lot easier to make clothing from an already rigged mesh. And the idea is that when you make the clothing, you want it to move along with the body itself to avoid any clipping. So this is the way I've done it, and for me, it's one of the best ways because I don't have to worry about um, fixing a lot of the weight. Let's put that out there, and have to pay attention if the weight was correctly put there and whatnot, and then you have parts of the skin sticking out through the clothing. So what I do is I go into edit mode and I have my faces here, and what I'm gonna do an alt and start selecting where I'm gonna have this parts come out from. And so we're gonna select all these, and I'm gonna have it finish here. Select all these here as well. So I'm gonna kind of do the shirt or the chest part. So like so. Select this, and I'm gonna finish here because I wanna do something else for the pants. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna Shift D, duplicate, P, separate. This is gonna be our shirt. Call it shirt. Guys, this is, we call it body. Cool. For VR chat, when you merge everything, you wanna have everything called body. Just so you know, the eyes kind of need to be in the body itself for the for the things to have to work well. Okay, so got that. I think I'm gonna leave these without anything. Just gonna go ahead and deal with the pants now. Like these, and actually gonna go here and do this, and I'm going to create a scene so I can select this lower part. That did select everything there, so let's try and see if we can just separate this part here alone. Okay, let's see. There we go. So let's see if that works. Yep, perfect. I'm gonna duplicate this, P to separate. And this is gonna be pants. Awesome salt. And I'm actually gonna select these here, and these are gonna be the boots. I'm gonna just do Control P on these. It's gonna call boots. Perfect. We have our pieces there. So let's start with shirt. Shirt's gonna, and you see it's rigged already. So if I do anything to it, it's gonna maintain the rig because it's already rigged. You can see it here, has all the vertex script also set up. So going to modifiers, we're gonna add solidify. Let's turn off X-ray, and on the rim, even thickness, gonna flip it so it comes out this way, and I'm gonna make it larger, like so. Put this here so I can see it, and I'm gonna select these. I'm gonna hit the P key to separate those. I kind of have these as these kind of things right here. So let's make those like that, bigger. Nice. I'm gonna do the same for the chest. I want to have separate kind of like sheds color. I'll separate it, and then I'm gonna go into edit mode and edge mode, and I'm gonna extrude this as Z and 0. Go to the side view, rotate this a bit, get it up there. Gonna do loop here. So try to do this in 0 because I want to flatten those out. Now I'm gonna rotate them on the X, and now they are flat. Looks good. I'm gonna go into the face mode and try to insert here. Actually, want to do solidify first. Yeah. Now I'm gonna go back because I'm thinking that maybe I don't want to have only rim on this one because I don't want to, because well, we're gonna have a, if we use a shader just like this part down here, that'll be double, but I think it looks good with the full thickness in itself, so I'm thinking I'm not gonna use this. I'm gonna apply that, and then I'm gonna go like so, and then we'll have a different, maybe a different material for this right here. So I'm gonna actually use, drop some lines here because I want to be able to, oh, let's separate this, it's a lot easier. You use the what is it called, the numpad slash, yeah, numpad slash to kind of go into this private or local mode where only the object that you have selected is going to be visible. So it's Control E to mark seam, save this. So I marked the seam because I wanted to make sure I can have that part separated. I'm gonna mark a seam here as well because we're gonna wrap this later on for texturing. Now this guy, we can just mark a seam here, it will be good. This guy as well, I'm gonna mark the seam down here, and marking the seam with the solidify, it's nice because you don't have to go all around it. You just mark the seam wherever, and it's gonna, when we apply, it's gonna be all around it. So that's good. So we have this neck thing working for us there. Now the pants, right? Let's do the solidify for the pants. Make this bigger, thicker, like so. Good. I'm thinking maybe the pants, this area here could probably be kind of closed up because of the pants. Maybe we can close it. See how that goes. Yeah, I think that's better. Close it out. That's good. Okay, nice. So let's see difference here. I mean, pants don't really have to have a lot going on for them. Just a little bit thicker. Maybe we can add some detail on this side here. Here. Maybe we can duplicate these and these can be larger. Only rim, of course. Pants, we want them to be only rim as well. Even thickness, we can have that there. Or you can even have like a subsection here, like a type of armor. Okay. like this to mirror this and move this like so. Have that somewhat of an armor back there. Alright, cool. Now let's do the boots. Solidify with only even thickness. And this one we're gonna make them kinda thick. Rather thick like that. Oh, pretty cool. So we should close this down here. Close it. Yep. And we might want to do the same with the character stuff. Forgot to close those. Oops. Close that. Okay, cool. Now that we have the boots set up, pants, the chest, got these. So, and the neck. Let me turn on the armature. Let me show you what's up now. So if I go ahead and bend these, our clothes is gonna bend accordingly, and this happens because we have the modifier turned on. We have this modifier here, the solidify, so it gets all wonky when you move it. But if you turn it off, if you apply it, it'll be all fine. So as you can see, we can, but it maintains the waypoints, and that is super good. Very nice. Looking nice. So I think for clothing this is good enough. What I'm gonna do next is work on this kind of helmet, kind of bubbly helmet. So the way I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that, I think I'm gonna go and do, let's do cube. Yep, start with my cube, put it there like so, edit mode, subdivide, make it like this. And maybe that, yeah, just wanna have it maybe that it's in there with that, this part here, not over it. Yep, like so. And then what we're gonna have is we're gonna duplicate this one and make like this part here a little bigger, and then make the small one. Let's see how that's panning out. So it has a couple of them flying around. Let's go like so. Maybe add just a small one on this side, so it's visible. Like that. Okay. So we're gonna make this one transparent. Just paint a little bit on it and make it shiny or glossy. Alright. So you are going to be the helmet. Like the bubble helmet. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna save another version because I'm gonna start applying things. So in case something doesn't go according to plan, I can always go back. So making multiple versions is super good, super smart. You can never have too many versions, to be honest. So this one, for example, can be joined with the pants. This can be joined in. So we have chest. This part here can be joined with the pants. Yep. And this one can be joined with the pants. Oh, these are the boots. We're good to go. Nice. So this is how you make modular parts. If you wanna make the character that you can change to pieces, you just make all your parts and then cut the character into pieces in the areas that are going to be, you know, changed. But for now, I want to go ahead and select these guys. And I'm going to control all, and I'm gonna do some merge cleanup. So that's what it's gonna do. It's gonna connect these guys. So they are. We're gonna just do some cleanup in the mesh. Let's go ahead and I want to change this a bit, move it like that. Maybe move this on this side, like so. Yeah, it looks nicer like that. And then I'm gonna do is I'll grab this and I'm gonna pull it up. Gonna do Control B to do a bevel. I'm gonna give it a little beveling there, maybe do it here as well. Control B. It just gives it a little bit more smoothing. And do it on the inside as well. Just a little bit more round. That's nice. Both as well. Can go ahead and do a bevel there. If we can maybe even just pull this guy up. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. So I'm gonna go and add seam these down here as well. We're gonna texture them stone. Control E, add seam. And I'll go like so. Make sure we have still a line all across here. Yep. And I'm gonna draw a line here and then here. And this is gonna be our seam here. Our seam. And you don't need to have seam and clear you out. You and you don't need to have the seam. You're the seam, but this part should have the seam though. Huh, those are not connected, so that's good. So they'll be separated. Let's just make sure by adding a seam to these. Mark seam and then mark seam. Perfect. I think we can agree to clear the seam here. So we have these. That's good. Yeah, that's nice. That's well, now we need seams there. See, we can maybe get rid of these guys. No, that's alright. Just do it like that. Okay. And this one, it has the seam there, has the seam on the back, has the seam here that we want it. Actually, added a little bit more mesh, so I have to. add the seam all the way back here, like so, and go like that. My seam, and should be good to texture. I'm actually gonna need to add the seam down here as well, so we can get rid of, well, not get rid of, but separate top part from the lower part. Mark seam. Okay. Here. Now let's get some opening up here, like that. And then this whole thing right here, I want to separate the face entirely. It's not necessary, but I think it'll be much better to work with. Seam. Yeah, let's separate the eyes themselves as well. Yep, Control E, create seam. Separate the neck, seam, the bag itself, these here, like seam, all the way down here, like seam, then here, seam, then we're gonna do this thing right here. That mark the seam. It's perfect. Here's seam. I think I yeah, there's an extra one here. Here's seam. So we have finger. I'm thinking probably I should move this from down here. Here's seam. Because I don't think I want to cut the finger all the way to the top part, because this thumb is different from the other one. So I'm trying to see the finger. I want to cut it like so. And also, it's not cut correct if I'm going to clear the seam. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go here and then here, and then go like that. Mark seam perfect. I think now we can do, should be able to do a mirror. And it should be all seamed out perfectly. Name is good. Mark these here. Like that. Mark seam. Do the tail all the way up here. Mark seam. And then these guys should be fine. We shouldn't have any issues. But we'll see what happens when we unwrap this guy. So should be all unwrapped. Oh, let's go inside the mouth. We really want to unwrap that one. Oh, yeah, we have to seam all the way through it. So let's just here. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Clear seam, but we do want to have one here. There. One seam. Perfect. Alright. all unwrapped. These should maintain the box, so we'll see if that works. Okay. Alright, so we're almost there. But now we're gonna go check our texturing or our UV. Let's turn this off. Let's go check our UV. See, let's do unwrap. That seems good. Let's do this one. Unwrap. Seems good. This one. Unwrap. Okay, so that is not efficient. Let's go check why didn't we get an efficient unwrap on this one. Seems that we missed this here. Let's mark this in there. Let's try that again. Unwrap. Okay. There we go. That was a lot more efficient. Let's see if this is the part that is small here. Okay, so you know what? I think we might want to. Seems we might need to create a scene there. Let's try it. So I want this area to be a bit larger, so let's try to move up again. Okay, yeah, there we go. Here we go. So that's nice. Let's try conformal, see how it looks. No, so angle base, perfect. So this one's good. So let's select all the clothing into it, right? Now I'm gonna use my unpack. You can also just do unwrap, do it like that. But I have this add-on that allows me to pack in a better way, and I can select which ones are gonna be bigger than the other ones. This is the UV pack master, but if not, you can just hit U and unwrap, and it'll just package up as well. Okay, so I think this is good packing, to be honest. The legs, chest, yeah, seems good to me. Sorry, the boots, perfect. Okay, so we got the clothing unpacked. Now let's see how our body unwraps. Okay, so there is this guy here, which I'm not sure what it is. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Okay, so something is, let's start going by islands. You use the L to select the island. And see, this is not good. This right here is not good. So we are missing something in the hands. Let's check that. So let's cut. Yep, so this is what we're missing. See here, this needs to end up somewhere. So let's grab this. Now let's make it meet here. Should be good. Mark scene. Like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do on a mirror, apply it. Okay, so now let's try to do unwrapping again. Okay, hands are good. Perfect. Now we gotta still find that. Who is this? Tail? No. Like, oh, probably the eyes. Yep, this is why. Okay, perfect. So let's gonna unwrap those. Might want to unwrap those, of course. Let's do this here. Might seem. And actually, that should be more than enough. Yep. Now we got the eyes here. Got the face. So in this case, I want to have the face bigger. This is the chest. I'll have the chest bigger as well. Well, not necessarily. It's gonna be behind the armor part. So these guys can get a little bigger as well. And the tail part. That's good. Okay, so let's select it all and use this pack. Again, you don't need to do this. This is just me. But I like it, and I feel it's just easier to work with. Actually, gonna do a little bit more of a margin. 1008. Let's try that. More. 0.09. 0.009. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. I don't like things being too close for when I do the hand paint. Okay, so we got that unwrapped. Let's check our bubble thing. This is just like that. I don't think we're gonna need a lot for this one. I'm gonna just leave it like that. That's the regular box. I feel that should work. But it'll have its own material because I'm gonna give it some transparency. It'll have its own material, and I'm thinking maybe this might have its own material. Yeah, maybe this should have its own material so we can do like a metal on it. Yeah, that's a nice way of packing it as well. I think this is a way better way to pack it. Let's try conformal. No, that's good. Good. Let's do it right. Let's pack it up again. Yeah, so now this is guys. I think this could be smaller, to be honest. Let's do another packing. Okay. Yep. Seems about right. Okay, so now that we have everything unwrapped, let's go ahead and do some painting. Let's start with the helm. Our helm is gonna be super odd. So we're gonna change this to. Let's go to our UV editing, texture shading here. You know what? I'm gonna do it the easy way. I have something already installed, but the easy way is to go here and then you change it to image. You click new. You're gonna put this, multiply it by 2. That's star by 2. So star 2. No, multiply it. Call this helm. I'm gonna lower the alpha, maybe 0 alpha, and the color is gonna be. I think I'm gonna use like a bluish kind of bubble. Oops. Bubbly. Yep, that's good. Go like that. So now it's black. First thing we gotta do is do this alpha clip and then go to shading, select this and plug this into the alpha. In Unity you don't have to do this, so it works in Unity. It'll just be by default, so no problem. But so we can see it here. See, now it's all transparent. So let's go into texture, go here, and I'm gonna start. So this option allows us to just mask selection. When it's like kind of clear like that, it means it's not selected. If you use L to select, you can select one of them. Alt A to deselect everything. L, 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 and those are selected, and you can paint on those. Okay, good. So I'm gonna select this one, and I'm gonna do a screen. I'm gonna do my bluish one. I'm gonna change my brush to this, and what I'm gonna do is let's start kind of like so, and let's go here because alpha clip is not gonna allow me to see it correctly. So I believe if we do alpha hashed here, oh, what was the alpha clip again? Oh, so we have to do alpha hashed. Yep. There we go. Yeah, so it's gonna be kind of see-through, and I'm gonna use this to just blend it in all. And you can do the blending here a little bit. Using the smudge tool, just blend it in. Voila. Cool. Nice. So here, this asterisk, it means that it's not saved. So you want to save this. This is how to make avatars. Good. Helm, PNG, perfect. Like this, like this, like this. And since I left them all with the same UV, I already painted them all. So they'll have that kind of see-through, bubbly effect to it. And if we add more specular or the roughness, give it a little bit of a metallic, and we can do that in Unity as well, we'll have this bubbly shine to them. We can even subdivide them so they are smoother. Let's see. So far we're at 15k tries. That's good. We can leave them with subdivision for now. Have that bubbly thing. Yeah, I like that. Looks super interesting. So we can rig that as well. Let's see. So this is not rigged. Let's do a rig for this. Do a quick rig. You know what? I think that you can't have a lot of rigs on some of the VR software, so I'm not sure how that works in Summon. You can have rigs on VR chat. Well, I'll leave it like that for now, but we'll see. I can actually just add it here. Let's just add it to the armature at this point, no problem. So go into edit mode, let's duplicate the head and just make it small. And this one is gonna be called helmet, and I'm gonna move it here, and then I'm gonna duplicate this one, just put something like that here, like that, and this one is gonna be connected to the helm, so we'll keep offset like that. Okay, perfect. Gonna have another one here, so let's move it so it's inside of it. Seems it's inside. Okay. Yeah, and this one. So these are just gonna be for some dynamic bones. We can add a dynamic bone on the home one, initial one, and then put a very slight movement to it, so it feels like it's dragging when it's walking around. Cool beans. That should be good. So now let's do this. Control and automatic weights. Now let's try to do this. Yeah, good. Perfect. Okay. So I need to wait. Let's change this to this. Change this here. So I need to wait this whole thing, because else it's gonna just not flow. It's gonna kind of feel weird. Oh, another way to do, if you're gonna await something real fast, you just need to go into edit mode, select what you want to do, go here to vertices and find your vertex group, the bone name, and assign it. When you go to waypoint, it's fully rigged. Right? Perfect. So now we just need to make sure this is parented to this. Now if we go to post mode, it'll move it. It'll move everything just like we want. Okay. We also need to parent the ice, apparently. Save. Let's go here. Select the eyes and go into the ones that are called eyes. Well, this one is L, so IL assign. This one is IL assign. So as we move, go to post mode, you should be able to move them. Perfect. Perfect. Now I want to select the head and remove and remove. That way, when we move this, we only move the eye. Perfect. Now this one as well, we're going to select all and go in, remove, remove. Perfect. Let's see. We can only move the eye, and if we rotate it, yeah, goes like that. Rotate it. Nice. Okay. Now let's work on this guy. Scan here, and I'm doing this by mouse, but I honestly prefer to do it with a paint tablet. So if you have a paint tablet, of course, enjoy using one. I just want to show you that it's possible to do with the mouse as well. So let's see. Pink is cool, but I think I'm gonna go with more of a like a turquoise type color. Let's see how it feels. Okay. Okay, so at this point we have, let's see, material is gonna be skin. Let's call it skin, or maybe body. It's better, body outline. I'm gonna change this to image texture, right? New image, no, body atlas. .48, and I'm gonna hold the opacity, and I'm going to this dark blue. Yeah, I think kind of almost bluish, or maybe this side. Yeah, on the green side. Nah, I'm gonna go with the bluish one. I think that'll be better. All files good. Okay, apply. Perfect. Now let's get rid of specular for now. We can you can get rid of the normals, but I keep the normals so I can see where I'm painting at. So let's start with the face. Like so. Oops. Texture paint. Like this. Let's select the eyes first. Gonna grab my bucket, fill, and I'm gonna just put all white, just with the regular white, and like that. There we go, perfect. Now, grab this tool, this brush, grab this brush here, make it the size of the iris. I'll make a nice large iris. I'm gonna make like orangey type iris. And do I have my X? Yeah, let's have the X here. And screen. Okay, so I have my thing on screen, so I need to set it to multiply. See if the multiply works. There we go. Perfect. Now let's do another ring, a lighter ring. Now this one needs to be on screen. Okay. And then let's do the dark one. This one needs to be on multiply. Okay, so if you don't know about blending modes, basically these are to enhance darkness, these are to enhance light, these are to work and mix with what you have underneath. Lights just to make things make like stand out more. And to be honest, these are very specific, so you're rarely gonna use those. Let me use this here. Gonna blur the edge a little bit. Kinda wanna do this reptilian eye thing. And I'm gonna go here, do screen, and I'm gonna do like an eye shine, like so. Eye shine here, screen, wider. Dash. Let's change this back here. Okay, this dash. Alright, that cool looking eyes. So these are a little bit pixelated because of the size of the UV. If I were to make the UV size larger, it would be less pixelated. But I mean, it's at this point it's fine. Like I said, you can always modify those things depending on what you want to do. Save that picture. Now let's work on the head itself. Gonna select this, do some multiply, and lower the opacity. Here is the brush, using this brush. I'm gonna start laying down some darkness underneath here. Is where, you know, under the chin, under the eyes, a little bit here under it. And a bit of the mouth. Yep. Over here, a little bit of darkness here, darkness underneath the armpits, this back part here. Yep. Okay, and now grab our smudge tool, blend it as much as you can. You're gonna do some blending often, so keep that in mind. You don't have to, it doesn't have to look super good from the get-go. Just lay down the color and then we're gonna do some blending after. Gotta play with the opacity of it so it's not too powerful that it just moves it around and it doesn't blend. There. Look at these because we're working on a plane inside the mouth. When I do this in the mouth and it kind of reaches the inside of the mouth, it goes all the way to the head. That's normal. Okay, I want to fix this here. This there. Okay, so we added a bit of the shadows. Actually gonna continue adding more shadows. The hands and the whole body just to get that out of the way. Select everything there except the head. And here I kinda need to up the strength. Yeah, so I can see better. Get this multiply. Yeah, I got that little bit in there. I like that. What we got underneath here. It's too much. Gotta lower the strength a little bit. Do some light here, like darkening. Okay. Do some smudging. Get that all squared out. And so the process of hand painting is that you do things by layers. Whereas you drop the darkest color of what you want the piece to have, right? And then you start adding uh, the darks, the shadows, and then you go ahead and add the lights and all that. So it's a process of going through all the steps of a painting. And yep. Okay, so here we are getting an inconvenience. Let's see what's happening here. Let's try to check what's happening here. So for some reason this is painting elsewhere. I'm not really sure. Oh, I see what's happening. So this here, you see this? Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. So at some point I move that. That's okay. Let's make sure there's no other mistakes like those. Doesn't seem to be. But yeah, if something is out of the way or moved, it'll do those things. Happens. Okay, so now it should not do the crazy thing it was doing. Now it should allow me to just blend this correctly. There. Good. So that should be fine. Let's see what happens here in the legs. So I'm still not sure why is it happening. Oh, seems it was a isolated incident. Not really sure why. We're just gonna erase that for now. Okay, so let's continue here. Forward this a bit. Let's get this part here going. And again, we're just trying to blur this darkness a little bit so it doesn't have a hard edge. But this is just the first part of what we're doing. We're doing a lot more soon. We want to fix this as well here. Let's go and get our relax tool. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, good. Nice. Alright. Now let's go like this. Oops. Here. And I want to kind of blur this the inside like so. Okay. A little more power. There we go. Good stuff. Good. Oh, I'm gonna change this. Get rid of the auto smooth for a second. I'm just gonna make sure I got what I want, because the edge, makes it a lot more detailed. So, but I want this to not need that. So it's good to do it with a smooth the smooth mesh with the load up here, and then kind of make it just. Oh, that's good there. Yeah. Going to the hand. Do some. Again, this is just a little bit. After you do these, you often have to go back, or you just go in on here, and you have to break up those straight edges. I'm gonna break those up like so. Get that darkness in between the fingers. Let's see where else. Break this here. It's looking good. Looking good. Alright, good stuff. Now let's add a little bit of save this, Alt S to save, and Control S to save. Here, Alt S to save the texture. We'll just go here as well. Save it. Change my multiply to screen. And now we're gonna drop in some lights. Gotta change my brush. Yep. Okay, so change the brush and change this to screen. And this is one of the coolest part about painting. This is where it kind of starts to take, life. This is where it just starts to shine, and you start adding the actual light to it, because this is what gives it that 3D feel. That is not just flat. Super nice. A little bit down there. Let's go here and here. And yes, a little bit here. And then I'm gonna do a little bit back here. Shoulders. So you're just gonna drop some light on all the parts that catch light. Just think like you have an oiled up body, and all the parts that you notice are oiled up. That's where you want to drop some light. Wherever you notice, like, oh, look at that's kind of that should be sticking out. You drop some light there. Need to go overboard. Just a little bit of light, and when we do the blending and the blurring, it all just mixes together. And this. Just go by. You gotta remember, sometimes when you Control Z, it changes your brush, and each brush behaves in a certain way. So you want to make sure you are using the right brush when you are painting, because sometimes the change of the brush just kind of messes up what you're trying to go for. But again, no biggie. It's just a matter of going back a little bit and changing or updating, editing. So let's work on the knuckles here. I was checking if I had my mirror turned on, because I also will have to go do it on the other side as well, which is okay. But if we don't have to, much better, right? So again, just think about the parts that get some shine. Some here for hand. A little bit here for thumb. Bone part. Alright. Good. Light. Get some light here. Go like there. On the thigh itself. So of course the outside of the thigh gets more light than the inside. Knee. Get some light, and sometimes if you can't notice, the mesh for the knees and all of these things, you can just enable wireframe, and it'll give you a better idea on where things are. Calves. The spleen here, and under part of your random foot. A little bit on the back as well, or some ambient lighting. Now let's get to work on these. I think I'm gonna try a little shirt yet. I'm not sure if I want to keep these on a different color, but for now let's just say it's part of the skin and stuff, and then we can do some extra painting on top. So let's just treat it as some kind of metal, I guess, or armor. Yeah, like some type of armor. Like so. Looks nice though. It looks like some very spacey. I like it. Looking rather spacey. So what we're going for? Going for something sci-fi. I think it's doing its job. Looks sci-fi to me. That tip there, like so. Alright, cool. Now I want to go and kind of drop some little bit of light here. Alright, cool. Alt F. You can see it here, how everything is progressing. Seems to be progressing well. Can come here and do some of these fixes. There's a bunch of things that will need some fixing, so no need to worry about any of these. You can always go back and polish. Alright, so Alt S to save, Control S to save. Right, let's turn this wireframe off. And now let's go in and smooth things out a bit. And man, like, I'm used to using a pen tablet. This is a lot easier when you have a pen tablet, because it's just like painting on a paper or a canvas. So currently this is a lot more work than what I'm used to, but still is it's just entirely possible. You don't need the pen tablet. It just saves you some time, and I mean it makes the work a bit more pleasant, of course, because there's a point where certain parts of it gets a little tedious, even though that you enjoy doing this or like it. It just can get a little tedious. Some parts that is just repetitive, and a pen tablet just allows you to do certain things real quick and have more control, of course. I feel like you could do almost anything with a mouse, but there's things that I don't know. I feel like you need a lot more control than a pen tablet will ever give you. I mean, than a mouse will ever give you. A pen tablet is the way to go. So I guess it depends on what you're doing. Like that. I think it's looking very good. I'm liking it. It's a nice color. Put this in there. Blur the arm. Get that muscle notice. Very good. And technically this is just, setting up the skin texture. You can go super simple with this and just drop a color and drop a shader on it. You don't have to do all this. But I just wanted to show you that hand painting is not as daunting, and you can get super interesting creative results when you just spend a little bit of time just painting on it. And it'll just have that nice hand painted feel that, in my opinion, is it's getting lost with all this PBR, with how do you call that, substance painter style things, all shiny and everything's done by the computer and not much is done by the artist anymore. So I still prefer this method of texturing. I think it holds a lot more value as an artist, but that's just me. Don't get me wrong, if I'm working with a client or something and they need their PBR and all that stuff, I would definitely just go into the traditional way of, well, not the traditional, but the current standard way of doing things. Just going into the PBR workflow, using substance painter, getting a smart material dropped in there, and moving along. Let's turn this on. Alt and just select just the head. This I don't wanna mess with the eyes. Spread these out. Yeah, this is looking very nice. Enjoying this guy. It looks somewhat like a, I don't know, turtle mixed with a reptilian. Kind of trippy, but he's kind of alienish as well. So I like that. Got the details out of the way. Got my 5. Okay. Okay, perfect. Skin is looking good. Skin is looking good. Get more details in there later on, but so far looking real nice. So I'm going to now get my brush, change this to multiply, and let's go add some detail. This is where it gets tricky with the mouse. Control just makes this so much easier. Like this, like so. So now I'm just drawing contour lines, which when we go in and blend them, they're gonna give it a lot of, what do you call that? Yeah, character. It's just kind of give it character. I give it a ton of character, and that's gonna be super nice to have. Okay, so now let's do some. Like so. Get those contour lines. This makes sense here. A little bit more power, and this probably get a little bit bigger. Nice. Okay. Now let's work on the kind of nosy area. Doesn't have a nose, but we're gonna give it something kind of like a shadowy feel of a nose right there. Doesn't have to be there. It'll feel like it though. It doesn't have to be there. Nice. Get those lips there. Good. Looking good. Let's go here. Now let's do those contour lines. Here what we're going to do is we're going to make these here. And then make Adam's apple here. Now let's there we go. Just blur it out. Remember, if it has light on top of it, it'll have that 3D feeling. So try to maintain the light so you can create that feel that is popping out. So let's bring a little darkness in here because this part is rather going in, right? So it doesn't have to be popping out. So like so. That. The bone area there. We'll clean it up. There. So I have somewhat similar structure than humans, seems at this point. So if you was using a pen tablet, for example, you can go crazy with the detail, of course, because you can just draw it in, and you'll have a lot more precision to paint, which I'm not gonna go dive into because I honestly feel it's not gonna come out as nice as it could, because and not because it's not possible, it's because my precision with the mouse is really not good at all. So I think I can just I'll just stick to doing this part here, leave it to be a rather simple. But it'll still look good. Just be a little simpler, not a lot of detail. Alright, so we have a nice chest there, and this is, to me, it's like super nice because we're not using normals at all. Feels like it has some normals in it, in my opinion, but it's all hand painted. To me, that's like the nicest part of hand painting. It's just being able to create that um, feel of 3D in a 2D plane, in a 2D model or canvas or whatever. It just feels that is a three-dimensional being. And just doing some blurring here, and we're almost done with the skin. I wanted to give it some time so you can see the whole process of it. But to be honest, the skin is, I would say, is kind of even the hardest part of. Oh wow, huh? I cannot see. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Kind of lighter scene. So yeah, the skin is literally one of the hardest things to hand paint. To be honest, after you get the skin done, the other things are super simple because it's not a lot. It's not mostly about blending it, so it all looks like it comes from the same place. It's more of no details. If you make a chest or a wood or something, you know what the details are supposed to be. In the skin, you have to kind of play around with it. You can't just dive in and say, okay, this is gonna go here and this is gonna go there. I think you have to play plenty with it to get to a point that it just feels good. At this point, I think this is looking very, very nice. Actually, to me, it's coming out a lot better than I expected with the mouse. I really got used to using a pen tablet. Again, didn't want to use it because I know most people don't have it, and I mean, it wouldn't be a fair tutorial to show you guys how to do something using an equipment that you don't have. Except the add-on that I use for the packing. But again, I show you how to just pack it up regularly, so it's about the same thing. I hope. If you're gonna be using Blender, get a few of those add-ons. To be honest, they save you so much time. It's so worth it. Okay, save it. Clean this up a little bit. And a lot of people think like to hand paint you have to go into Photoshop and all that, and yeah, Photoshop and other softwares have things that, oops, I forgot. There we go. Yep, they have things that Blender kind of lacks in a certain aspect, but I don't think you need a lot of those things to make a good hand paint. You can also do the baking of normals and all that stuff. But to be honest, I find that you can create a very good hand paint with what you have here. Okay, so the last piece of the process of hand painting is to go again and do screen. But this time we're actually gonna go a bit of a stronger, and this is where we're gonna create the shine. You know, there's a shine on things. And this is where we are going to make that shine happen. Let's change to this here. Shine of the cheek. Now the shine of the eyebrow here, so I want it to wanna pop up, and the shine of the nose part, and a little bit shine on the chin here. Just a little bit. That depends on your character, of course. A little bit there. Shine here. Do a little line here. That little line here as well. Shine. So you see how that shine, extra shine there, gives it so much life. Good. Right there. Just gives it a lot of life, and you drop in that extra shine in the end. It's not a lot, just, you know, it's making things pop. There's certain things that always pop, and you want to make those pop. Go in here, and we're gonna go here. We're gonna go and do this big line here, and then, oops, yeah, that Control C thing just keeps changing my brushes. It's a thing. Okay, a little bit here, more spine, couple of feet, and back here, just give it a little bit. Okay, smudging. Now we're gonna blend that shine, so it just gets a little lost. Lower. So the trick is to blend the lower part that meets the part that is not dark. So you get the dark part that is kind of give it that 3D part, and then you want to blend the part that is on the light side, so it kind of gets lost in there. You see that? Yeah, like that. after you finish, you're gonna go here and polish out those hard edges that pop up, and they happen because you're painting on a 3D model, and when you cross, it kind of, loses the track of the UV and makes a hard cut right there. So it happens, but easily fixed. Just go in here, and everything that looks hard, like it has a hard edge like those and whatnot, you just blur it out as much as you can. Believe me, most of the time you'll get them all, and it'll just look awesome. Well, I'm almost to a point of just moving on. I think we are super close to finishing, so getting this ready to drop in and test the rig, do the blend shapes. Oh man, we're almost done. Gonna do the clothing and blend shapes, and we're good to go. The cool thing about after you do this texturing, you can polish it in another software. You can go into Photoshop with texture itself, and then you do some nice polishing. You really don't have to do it. You don't have to fix everything here like I am doing. Sometimes I get some little bit of OCD, but okay, so it's very good. Let's polish the head. That's what we're gonna do here. Remember the light part, you blend it and then kind of swoosh in. Oops. Select this. Okay, yeah, and then kind of select swoosh in, so it kind of dissipates with the rest. Now go like so. Nice. Get that little nose. Notice that's not a nose. That's the idea of 3D, that the shine is most of the time going to be on top, and the dark is going to be on the bottom. And like literally most of it is done with this tool, the smudge tool. So it's so much like putting makeup. Like if you see females, and if you're a girl, they use you put your colors, you put a chunk of it in your face, and then you get these brushes to kind of blur them together so they merge with your skin tone. So you're basically kind of adding makeup to these characters. Nice. Let's see if I broke something. Of course I did. Normal. Like that. Okay, so do some blending here. Nice. Alt S, Control S. And we got our dude, our skin painted. We can do some details. Do just one quick detail, just to show you. Um, Good. So multiply. Let's say we wanna have some spots. Nice. Okay. Let's do some. So in the face, there's something that I would probably, you can turn this off, and then you can do more randomized, so it doesn't look, because you know the face kind of, it's a lot more noticeable when you're doing the mirror. So if you grab, you turn that off, the mirror, while you're doing certain areas, will give it just a nice, yeah, a nice little detail over there. You can do that, you know, different parts. You can drop lines. You can do like random straight lines, like so. And you know, there's a lot you can do. All right, cool. Let's go here. All right, dude is looking fantastic. I like it. It does look like a very odd alien. Okay, so now let's turn on. Go. Gotta go. It's bubble helmet. I like that bubble helmet thingy. Super interesting. Okay, so now let's go here and has body outlets. We're gonna get rid of that. Get rid of that as well. The boots, get rid of that. Save. And we're gonna do another one. It's gonna call armor atlas. Yes. And just while you grab it, armor atlas. Armor atlas. And we got ourselves new atlas here. So let's see. That yellow was nice. I do agree. So maybe we can do yellow the body and do blacks on the other parts. Okay, so it's new image, right? New one gonna be called armor atlas 248. That's good. And let's do the yellow, kind of the pale yellow. Like I say, make it darker because we're gonna add some lights down the road. Yep, nice. Okay, save. Texture paint. I'll save our image. Armor atlas. Okay, so let's start with these guys, because we're gonna turn these into blacks. Oh, black. I think I have specular turned on. Okay, I turned down the specular just so I can see the true color. Okay, looks good. We got a hiccup here. It's somewhere in here, but we can just paint that. Got another hiccup here. You just find out sometimes the fill just misses a few dots. No problem. Okay, now let's start by doing some darks, right? And change my brush power, and go. Oops. Okay, multiply. Now this. And my brush power is good. Yeah. Okay. Do some darks here. I don't have my X. Not do the job twice, right? Right there. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's basically what we want. Now let's do blending. And this one's gonna be a little bit like some kind of armor type. Wouldn't say super metallic, but I want to make it, I feel sturdy. And gonna do some dirt at some point. Like that. Feel used. Okay. So now let's do some screen. Yeah. Here. Go down here. And then let's do a little down here. Okay. Paint that area there. Okay, so now let's do some more blending. Almost getting there. Cool. Blending here. And this is just like same with skin, just a lot of dropping base colors, blending a little bit, dropping shadows and darkness, blending, dropping more light, blending. That's basically it. And you get to a point that it just looks good, you're happy, makes sense. This guy here. There's good. Get that. bottom part kind of a little dark, because when you have something that again is three-dimensional and the light doesn't wrap around as much as the shadows, so the shadows wrap around things and give it that feel that it has depth. That's what you want to look for when you're doing these things. You want to kind of push those um, dark edges together to the corners and the sharp edge of the model, and that's what kind of does ambient occlusion. Okay, that's what ambient occlusion does. Basically, just creates that sense of three-dimensional object because it drops shadows, drops those ambient shadows. Very good. Okay, so you can see it's starting to have some. Okay, so we got some inconveniences happening when the the blending here in the 3D part, so I'll just do them here. Not really sure why it's going crazy like that, but it's fine. It happens. If it keeps happening, that means that there's something wrong with the unwrap. That means that something is overlapping, and it shouldn't be overlapping. But I don't think I see anything overlapping, so I'm not sure why it's happening. So I'm just gonna do it this way, and it should be fine. Yeah. I'll make that sharp. A lot nice sharp. Nice and sharp there. Okay. Okay, now it feels good. Alt S, Control S. And what we're gonna do is actually let me check this out. Now I'm gonna deal with a little bit of these. I'm just gonna give it some a little bit of screening. And it's mostly just to give it that feel of being two-dimensional, to be honest. Doesn't really need much. Just like that. Oh, screen here. I thought we gotta change this here. Okay, good. Let's do some blending. Oops. that. Let's see if we broke the font. No, it seems to be horrible. Okay. There. Okay. So now what I want to do is do some dirt. Grab this color again and turn it into the brown area. And now I'm gonna do some dirt. Yeah. So it's no, yeah. And let's turn off the X because I don't want it to be symmetrical, you know. So do some minor blending. Still wanna keep most of the smudges. Nice. Yeah, dirt looks in it. Can get all dirty. Let's go to the painting part. See where is this guy. So this, I'm gonna start with turning this on, going to the bucket tool, selecting these. And you kind of need to have these as well. So we have this like that, and we're gonna paint it black like that. This is that, yeah. So this is how we call them, like those are kind of stretchy pants, so they will need a lot. So the other thing we're gonna do is screen. Do we have the right one? No. So it's screen. And just do a little. Oh, screening with black doesn't work. Just so you know. Okay. So do a little bit of the center. Like that. I think I have my this turned off, so I already did it, so it's no problem. Just gonna continue like that. But if you are doing like large portions and you need them to be symmetrical, well, that's sometimes it sucks, but you gotta undo and start over. Sometimes you can get away with it. Okay. Okay, seems to be good. Okay. Right. Texture. Now again, multiply. change the brush. Apply, do some of the dark. Alright, we can, you know what, let's get this X going on here. I do want this to be a little bit more symmetrical. And change this to this. Shadows, for example, are never black. It's a kind of, you can do shadows black, I mean, if you're doing like a really cartoony thing, but shadows rarely are black. They are just a darker shade of the color that it's there. So something to keep in mind when you're painting shadows is that you want to grab the color right there and you use multiply, which just makes it, uses the darker or the darkest point of the same color and darkens the area. So here I just put some darks in the lower part of the leg, like I'm in occlusion, and if you do this, this is kind of a random technique, but you can just pull from the you know, it's pulling from the white area of the outside the UV. It kind of feels like it's folded up fold up cloth. Okay. Okay. Like so. Okay, so now let's do some screen just to lighten up the area. Screen, just go like so, here, here, there, there on the knee, crotch, the back, this part right here, and just some blending. Not much, want to keep that. And if it was cloth, I mean, there's a lot of more to do with cloth, but I'm thinking it's like a spandex feel to it. Let's hide the armature. Armorish. So you are going to be our black boots. Top it off like that. Moon dark. Yeah. Oh. So, nice black boots. And for the black boots, I might just do a little bit of screening, nothing major. And then just go here and blur out. I try to do sometimes hands and feet or legs, blurring them out here because it just gets a little bit complex here because of the space. Yeah, so you end up doing these lines just because you got out of the UV because the brush is too big. So yeah, part of it. Okay, so yep, save this. That's that. I'll do a little bit more texturing probably in another software, but at this point I think we're literally finished with this part, and our guy is looking good. Might need to do some light weight painting, but not a lot, just to manage a few of those. Alright, looking good, my bro. So, I'm gonna make a new collection, just take a couple of pictures, call it scenes. Gonna select this guy and add light. That light, area light. So I'm gonna change this to 500 maybe. 2000. Oops. 2000. Hey. And I'm gonna do that odd pulse, like yeah, go like so, go like so, and I have this, like this, go like this. Now, I found something that's happening because these are parented to the neck, not the head. Yeah. Actually, now that I look at it, I don't like the pose so much. But we can do some light bending here. Alright, so everything's looking real good. What we're gonna do now is just make sure everything is rotating accordingly on the X, on the X, on the X, on the X. That's working fine. And I get all these reset, and I want to go into the body itself. I'm just gonna do a couple of blend shapes. Gonna do one blend shape for the mouth and a blink. Just go ahead and do those. Where are we? Shape piece. Okay, here. Basis. So it's gonna be the relative. Gonna do blink. And I have a video. I'll post the link here so you can check out maybe a little bit more in depth in the blend shapes. But it's similar process. So I'm gonna go grab my edge here. Select this. Should be able to lower both at the same time. Okay. So this time I'm actually gonna do it grabbing each bird on its own. It's another way of doing it, as you can see. Well, like so, like that, and then grab this other bird. Now I'm gonna put them in between the other birds. Like so. Good. Now I'm gonna grab this bird, which is the inside of it. I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull this guy back. There's a bird here that is not allowing me to move them back, but no biggie. I'll get it there. Oops. Accidentally hit the high P. Move this out of the way and try to see. So it's this one. Move it back. And move. Get this one out of the way. Like so. Okay. Like so here. Move that out of the way. Now I want to see what is keeping this. I'll try to grab the eye here. Pull it in. Okay, now having a little bit of inconvenience here with this eye, and just need to find out what exactly is interfering with it. It happens, nothing, nothing out of the ordinary. These are normal things that happen. There we go. Okay, so it seems that I have an extra edge here, which I'm kind of ignoring, it seems. Now that I gave it its space, should be fine. And this one goes in, and this goes in. Okay. So let's see if I go like this. Okay, now I'll move these back here. Close that gap a bit. And I want to lower this, guys. So it seems like the eye socket itself is the one that's causing inconveniences. Yeah, I getcha. Let me clean that up a tiny bit. It's okay, just like that. Okay, and now let's get this down because the textures are stretching a little bit. So we're just gonna pull these down, and it's okay that they stretch, of course, because it's skin, and skin's gonna stretch. That's normal. You just don't want it to be too stretched out that it doesn't look okay. So seems to be fine here. And got a blink. Now I'm gonna put this on and switch to it so I can see, and up the cheeks a bit. Bend that a little bit there. A little bit here. Cool. Good. Looks looks so freaky. Nice. All right. So now let's do new one. It's gonna be for talking, and just keep in mind that for your chat you will need at least three blend shapes for the mouth. I'm gonna grab these with Alt, double G, and expand them. Alt, grab the edge, double G, and expand. Alt, double G, and expand. Grab that, double G, and expand. It's gonna make this bigger in there. You know what? Should change the color in these inside here. So let's do that. All the way here. Let's grab these, go to texture paint, like so. And let's grab like a purple. I think a purple would be nice. Oops. I have that. Turn on. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Got a purple in there. Let's grab the tongue itself. Let's give it a lighter purple. And then let's grab the teeth. Let's give it a yellowish white. Okay, now I know I understand what's happening with the teeth. Probably need to unwrap those. Let's go to editing here. Base, formal. Nothing changes at this point here because they are currently. Well, what I can do is, since it's just gonna be a flat white, I'm gonna make this super tiny and move it inside this right here. Right, perfect for it. No problem with here. No need, just make it super tiny. I think there's one here for the teeth as well. Boom. Now if we go to texturing, we got the colors that we wanted. No problem. Awesome sauce. Okay, so let's go back where we were. And in the teeth is gonna go up. Teeth is gonna go down. Probably in a little bit. Like so, and go and let's rotate it a little bit like so, like that. Nice. So for the CH, I'm gonna do the other two for what you need for VR chat, and what you want to do is to pull up to one the AH and new shape from mix. This one's gonna call CH, and what we're gonna do, actually, you know what, delete this one. I'm sorry. You wanna make this like so. Yeah, you wanna make it small like that because CH is like ch sound, so your teeth are gonna be kind of almost together. So now you can do a new blend shape, and this one you call it CH. You can lower this one and then pull this one all the way up. Go inside, grab your teeth. Your teeth, you want to pull them almost together, and go into the sculpt mode. Remember to check these guys and kind of pull that in there. Nice. So that's like the sound. You got your ah. Now I'm gonna do this one is gonna be O, and this one I need to go into edit mode, select these. I'm gonna hide them. Now we're gonna go into sculpt mode, and we're gonna pull this together. I'm gonna do some smoothing, kind of relaxing. That's perfect. Now Alt H. Gonna get this guys back in there. Oh, gotta release these. Get this guys back in there. Get this guy back in there as well. Yeah. Tongue can go a little bit more noticeable there. And you got Dio. Now, so we have blink. Got this one, this one, and this one. And for those using VR chat, you really want to get this add-on. You need it. It's free. It's called Cats Plugin. Cats as in kitty, you know. So Cats Plugin, and this is gonna do a bunch of cool things for you. But initially, if you go here into the VSMs or VSMs, I'm not sure how is it called, but you select your body, and then you're able to select the base blend shapes that you're gonna be using, and then you just create them. It'll just create around 20 to 30 different mouth shape keys for you that will be used for lip sync in VR chat. I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna export this or import this one to Somnium Space as well. So in Somnium Space, you can't use this many as of now, but I'm sure it'll be updated to a point that you'll be able to use as many as well, probably more, as it's growing really fast and has a really awesome dev team going at it every day. Okay, so we're good to go. Literally, I'm quite happy with this. I might do a jetpack at some point and do a little update with it, but I think this is for now totally complete. We can use it. Well, maybe not totally complete. I kind of want to maybe fix this. Let's see if it's possible. I mean, it's not necessary. It's actually bending how it should, but let's just leave it like that. I get sometimes a little OCD. So I wanted to get this kind of, where is it? Where's the guy? Yeah, I wanted to get this pose going, but I'm not sure at this point that's kind of the pose that I want to go with. Like, see if I try it. Go like all the way here, all the way like so, and then this one, it's like that. like that. So I'm doing this just to show you that if you want to change your pose, maybe you want to rotate this, guys, like so, or like that, T pose, and this kind of shape has that odd shape itself. Then what you do with Cat's plugin is super simple, and even though if you're not gonna use VR chat, this is an awesome plugin for a lot of things. So in this case, you can use create vsims, but you can also do, that's where custom model. Let's go. I'm looking for. There we go. So in the model tab, you got pose mode and apply as reset pose. So whatever pose you set up, it'll apply it as a reset pose. You can also set it as a shape key, which is very, very cool. Like for example, we can set as a shape key and alien pose. It's saved as a shape key. Now we can go like so. You got alien pose here, and it'll change the model itself into a shape key. See, very cool. Not needed, so I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna keep this regular pose. So let's do some exporting. Gonna open my Unity and then do some exporting. Okay, so texture, just make sure you have all your textures saved up. You really want to make sure that's happening. The armor one, if it has an asterisk next to it, it's not saved. You can always do a save on top just in case. Body parts, but just make sure these are saved before you export. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Select everything, export as FBX, selected object, mesh, armature, hold shift to select multiple, so just armature and mesh, that's what we want. Apply, gonna change this FBX unit scale, and only the form bones. Add leafy bones, you want that. You want to remove apply modifiers. We don't have any animations, so you can bake that. And you want to save it. You want to hit this plus sign, give it a name, and save that for future references. Something that I need to check before we go is that our model is okay. So this needs to be set to 0. So Control A, all transform on that one. Make sure these are 0, 0, 0, and the scale is set to 1. It's very important that everything is set to 1, the scale, and all set to 0. So you can also just grab all and Control A, all transform. That should fix everything just in case. Very important. Okay, so now, oh yeah, the other thing, character is probably huge. Now that I remember. So okay, so now let's change this to 3 cursor, and then Shift S to cursor to world origin, and let's scale this down to 1.5. we're using the Z. 1.85 should be good. It's a little taller than normal. You can see it here. So my avatar dude should be that's too much at this point. So I gotta scale him down more. Let's see. 1.8 like so. Okay, so we can scale you up a tad. Should be good at this point. Now let's do the same thing. Scale all, and everything should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna save it. Now I'm gonna export, and since I have my presets saved already, I'm gonna take that off and just make sure everything's set up how it should be. Only the form bones. Okay, scale mesh. Okay, perfect. Here are in the folder. Pretty sure. Let's try this. This one's for Summon, so I'm gonna test it out there. Here we are. And we found our creature here. We're gonna drop it inside Summon space. This guy, we can turn it off. Now we also need these two guys here. And we're missing one texture, just the helm texture. Helm texture, you want to make sure you set it to this one's right, so it can have transparent background. I also like to make these 4K textures. Also gonna grab my model. I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna change this to calculate and this to import. This is for the blend shapes and the normals. It just makes it a lot better when it's doing its thing. So it's already set to humanoid because it detected the bone structure. But I always go in just to make sure. It's in T-pose. So make sure it's in T-pose and everything is how it should be. Has all the bones set up. Good to go. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring my character in here. And it seems he should be rotated. So I'm gonna do that. Rotation minus 180. Seems like that rotation did not move accordingly, but no biggie. Should be fine. Or unless I'm in the wrong side of something here. So I'm not sure. Let's test it out and see. Oh, no, it was okay. I'm in the wrong side. And we should be on this side. There we go. Okay, so now the trick here is setting up these materials. So going to the object, gonna extract materials, make a new folder, call it mats. And now we have this folder with all our materials. I'm gonna change this to transparent. And there we go. We got our nice little bubble helmet. We can set this metallic up, the alpha up. Let's got our bubble helmet like so. I also have, you might have other shaders. I'm not sure which shaders work properly with all the systems, but they do, they do work with most of them. So, and there's a bunch of them that are free that you can play around with, so no biggie. Okay, cool beans. Seems we are good to go. Let's go into our dude and bring in the avatar config, lip sync, a morph. It's gonna be called body. It's gonna be the A, and you see it works. It works nicely. They'll be doing this when you're talking, yo, what's up, man? Gonna go into some space to check out some cool NFTs. Yeah, alright. Don't mind me. And the custom animation, I really want to understand how this works. I don't, so I'm hoping for a tutorial soon, because I really want to make some custom animations. That's gonna be really fun. Okay, so let's try it out. Let's do a build. Everything's perfect, all green. Do a build here, and let's check for errors in the console. I learned that if you have an asset that is unrelated to Somnium, if it's giving you an error on runtime, it might not upload correctly. So now I learned to always check my console. So let's minimize this. Console is clean. Yeah, seems it's okay. Maximize it, call it toot alien. Upload this model. Upload success. Alright, let's go to Somnium and check it out. Okay, here we are in Somnium. Let's go to PC client. Okay, so here we are. Go to our custom and see if we actually did this the right way. Found our alien dude. Hey, here we go. Right here. Cool beans. So I'm gonna use this avatar. I have to select it. Enter. Just wait a second until it just pops in. Okay, we are. Awesome sauce. And we got a nice character here. So one thing I didn't do, which I'm gonna do in a few seconds, is going to, okay, so we found an error here. See, the teeth are not properly weighted. Nice. Everything else seems to work fine. Okay, so let's fix that. Okay, here we are. So we are in the weight paint of the body, and as you can see, it's not weighted correctly. So what I'm gonna do is go here, Alt A, just select the face. Gonna select the teeth. Make sure I got those selected, both of them. Select the inside of the mouth. Select this part here. Select this. All the eye socket itself. Okay, since we got all of it, and I'm going to set the mix and the strength to full, and I'm going to paint all of it like that so we can see it better. So make sure on the inside sometimes it doesn't paint all. Well, yeah. Hey, so that should fix our issue. Make sure that's the case. Rotate. Just hide this guy. Okay. Now we can see. Okay, so it's still not working as intended, and I'm going to show you why. That's because we have here, we still have weight from. Let's turn this here. It's gonna show us what has the weight. So the neck has weight on it. We don't want the neck to have weight on this, what we have selected, either neither on this, neither on this side. The neck should not have any weights here. So we're gonna remove those weights. Head is fine. The eye, it's okay. Spine. We can check it now and see. So yeah, it was the neck that was pulling it off, so it was sharing the weight. We can reset that. Back. Select all. Save this. Now let's select all. Go to our export, FBX, our creature. So it should maintain the same settings. Export, and let's go back to Somnian. Okay, so we're back here. Everything should be fixed. One thing I want to do is add dynamic bones to our body here. Dynamic bone, and we're gonna select this tail, put this in 90, and this damping I'm gonna put it 0.5, elasticity to maybe 0.6. Now maybe 0.5. Nope, too much. No, 0.05. There. Stiffness, I'm gonna put the inert 0.5. That should be alright. You can see the dynamic bone there, and also gonna add one to the head here, helmet. Helmet's gonna have dynamic bone as well. And just gonna put the damping to like 6 and put the elasticity to 0.3. a little bit of a nerd. So that should work fine. Can try it out. Let's do a quick play here. Grab the creature and move it. Yep, that seems to be working very nice. So just had the avatar config, lip sync, morph, body, gender male, and publish. Loading. Hope you guys like the music. Has been a rather lengthy tutorial, but I really hope it explains a lot. I did this without practicing. Let's call this to alien, and you know, I wanted to do it that way, so a couple of common errors just popped up, and it happens to everybody, even the most experienced, and then, so you could see different ways of fixing those. So now let's go back to Summoning Space here, do our PC client. Here we are. Let's move to our custom. Our last alien here. Let's choose this avatar. Let's enter. Alright. See? Nice. Got a nice tail going on. Got the bubbles and moving back and forth. And if I'm not sure if the talking is working. Hello? Yeah, not really sure if that works. But that's something that can be figured out later on. But here it is, guys. That was the whole process of how to make avatar from scratch. You can make it in the hand painted style, which is the style I prefer the most. I think it's super nice and cool, and it's just, to me, it's more of a artistic approach because you do most of the artwork. And man, seriously, this guy fits here. It fits way too cool. That tail looks nice. Super happy with it. I hope you like. Of course, I'm gonna test it out in VR later on, and I'll do a couple of others down the road. Alright, well, if you got any questions, please leave your comments. Join Discord, let me know what you think. And if you like my work and wanna get a few of the avatars and characters that I've made, you can join my Patreon. You're gonna find a link on the description as well, where I'm gonna be posting a lot of my content. Okay, well, it was an awesome project to do. I'm gonna be doing a couple of these, so stay tuned. Cheers.